Welcome to Previously On, a podcast series created to help you through some of the most complex yet brilliant television ever made. Game of Thrones Season 2, Episode 9, Blackwater. Stannis' fleet edges ever closer to King's Landing. Davos and his son Mathos discuss the difficult forthcoming battle. The city walls have never before been breached. Mathos has faith that Stannis will sit upon the Iron Throne by sunrise. Within the walls of the city, Cersei drinks wine in her quarters. Pycelle visits her and gives her a vial containing essence of nightshade, a poison to be used as a last resort should Stannis win the battle and capture them. Bronn drinks with the Lannister soldiers. The mood is good despite the imminent battle, but doesn't get on so well with the Hound. Just as bloodshed seems inevitable, the city bells announce the arrival of Stannis. From the castle walls, Joffrey demands to know why his fleet are not in the water as Stannis' own fleet nears. Tyrion, however, has clearly been very busy making other plans. His investigations from the last episode have bore fruit, and a single vessel from the Lannister fleet loaded with wildfire sails right into the heart of Stannis' ships. A highly flammable, highly volatile green liquid, wildfire is a prime weapon of war with its innate power to cause very big explosions. Tyrion signals for Bronn to fire a flaming arrow from the beach directly to the trailed wildfire. The green fire tears through Stannis' fleet, destroying Davos' ship and killing his son instantly, with scorched, burning men screaming as their lives go up in wildfire smoke. The sounds of the dying in the water carry across the battlements, where Tyrion and the Hound appear shocked, and Joffrey grins. Aboard his own ship, Stannis prepares his remaining army to land in rowboats and take King's Landing. In the relative safety of the holdfast, Cersei, Sansa, Shae and the ladies of the court await the outcome of the battle outside. Cersei drinks wine and torments Sansa, at times terrifying her with details of what will happen to the women if Stannis takes King's Landing. The executioner, Cyrillin Payne, stands guard should the worst have to happen. Stannis' rowboat shore at King's Landing. The Hound leads a group of soldiers, including Lancel Lannister, to meet them head-on. Lancel is struck in the arm by an arrow and retreats from the battlefield. Back in the holdfast, Cersei begins to question Shae about her past, but is interrupted when Lancel bursts in. He tells Cersei that Stannis is at the city walls. Cersei commands him to remove Joffrey from the battle immediately. On the battlefield, the Hound is momentarily stopped in his tracks when a burning enemy soldier runs screaming at him. Just as the Hound looks doomed to die, the enemy is killed by Bronn's arrow. The Hound retreats from battle, only for Joffrey to command him to return. The Hound pours scorn upon Joffrey and leaves anyway. Lancel arrives under Cersei's order to remove Joffrey from the fight. Joffrey offers no resistance to the idea and beats a hasty retreat. His cowardly departure disheartens the men on the front line, but Tyrion rouses them with a bold speech. Back at the holdfast, Lancel warns Cersei that the battle is lost if Joffrey doesn't return to fight. Cersei refuses to allow it and storms out. Shae tells Sansa to lock herself in her quarters and await Stannis. Upon entering her room, she's met by the Hound, who offers to keep her safe and take her north to Winterfell. Sansa declines. As the battle rages on, Tyrion leads the troops through the tunnels beneath King's Landing and surprises Stannis' soldiers with an attack from the rear, during which Tyrion is betrayed by Sir Mandon, who brings his blade down across Tyrion's face. Mandon is speared through the eye and killed by Podrick Payne, Tyrion's squire. In the throne room, Cersei is seated upon the Iron Throne with her son Tommen, telling him a story as she prepares the nightshade. In the nick of time, Tywin Lannister and his new allies from House Tyrell arrive and defeat Stannis' army. Stannis is dragged from the battle by his men, screaming at them to stand and fight. And in the throne room, Cersei is stopped from giving the poison to Tommen at the last moment as the warrior in Renly's armour enters and reveals himself as Sir Loras Tyrell. Tywin Lannister marches into the throne room and announces the battle is over and that Lannisters have won. Thanks for listening. Hope it's been helpful. Listen, if you've enjoyed this, I would love it if you subscribed. We've got loads more shows where this came from, and we'd love you to join us for them. If you know someone who needs to get up to speed with Thrones, just send them our way. A 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts from would also be absolutely fantastic. If you've got any feedback, Have I pronounced a name wrong? I hope I haven't. Or ideas for a show that we should be covering. We'll almost certainly be doing the big ones, but you never know, there may be others that we've missed. Let us know. I'd love to hear from you over on Twitter. You can find us at Previous Podcast, or just email us hello@previouslyon.co.uk. Previously On is presented by Jamie East and is a Daft Doris production.